Well, pretty good. You go ahead and introduce yourself, Tom, if you want.
Alright, YouTube and Facebook fans, and I do mean fans because everybody dearly loves me. I'm Tom, this is Russ, two more preppers. We're still over here in West Virginia at Russ's place, and we've been doing some experimenting with some other survival equipment and things like that. But while we're here, we want to heat up some wax.
Melting yet?
Nah, not yet.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's melting pretty good.
We got some new cotton pads. For whatever reason, it does say tampon on it.
And we'll try them instead of the little thin pads. Maybe these will work better.
So while that was melting, we were just sitting here talking about if you had to bug out, and like Russ said, you know, most preppers should carry some oil, cooking oil with them. And I look at things like this. You know, I'm not a young dude anymore, so I try to keep my backpack as light as possible. And Russ is like, well, you know, a little bit of oil don't weigh that much, and it don't weigh that much. But I look at it this way: if me and my family, all of us, whatever, we flee to the woods, hey, whoop-de-doo, somebody's got 12 ounces of cooking oil. Sooner or later, we're going to run out of it anyway. So that, to me, is kind of like a little luxury. And then we started talking about bug-out bags and survival food. Where were we at on that?
Well, what you were saying, Tom, was if you had just a bag, a bug-out bag just full of food, and the lightest food you can carry.
Yeah, I'd put a lot of that ramen noodles in it, and any kind of food that you can do with hot water.
It's lightweight.
Because, like we were saying, you know, we don't live in the desert. We live up in the mountains.
Always a place to get water, no matter what around here.
And if nothing else, if we had to flee, we'd make sure we was fleeing to an area that did have some kind of water. But if you could take, just say, one bag, one backpack, fill it with stuff like that, I don't think it would weigh much more than 3 or 4 pounds.
Yeah, fill with your mountain house bags,
ramen
noodles, anything that's really super lightweight that you got to add water to and let it, you know, it's dehydrated or freeze dried.
And with that, and my reasoning behind that is, yeah, sooner or later you're going to run out of it, but at least for the first day, 2 days, 3 days, because everybody's going to be in mass hysteria. I mean, it's a panic. I mean, your life as you know it has ceased to exist. You're now living in the woods underneath of a tarp. At least for a couple days, you'd have something kind of easy to eat and set back, maybe with the instant coffee. You know, it gives you some security to know that, hey, I got a couple of days worth of cookable food.
But the thing about it is, Tom, if you use an actual backpack and you stuff it full of that lightweight stuff, you could probably get several weeks, because you got to think, one pack of that mountain house is 2 meals.
Yeah.
If you get wife and you, that's 1 meal for you right there. You can put how many bags of that in a backpack? A lot.
Which reminds me of a video on YouTube. One of the prepping guys. He's there at a picnic table and he's got all this stuff. He's got I think it's like canned beans, and I forget, it may have been for 30 days is what it was. He said, here's 30 days of canned beans, here's 30 days of the RMEs, and here's 30 days of the Roman noodles. Which of these would you want to carry when the shit hits the fan? And he talked about the different protein levels and stuff. You know, what are you going to need? 5, 6 backpacks to haul all those cans of beans?
Yeah, and it would really be heavy, so you wouldn't make it far if you had to walk.
And even with the Army meals,
MREs,
not that they're so heavy, but a large quantity of them would tie up 3 or 4 backpack bags. Somebody's got carrying. But he had showed the noodles. He's in their pack. And then it was one thing that no one doesn't think of. He opened them up, crushed them down into one freezer bag.
Right.
And he held it up and he said, "This is food for 30 days."
Yep. And what did it weigh? It was less than
yeah, it wasn't
pounds.
Wasn't much. I mean, an old guy like me could carry it around if I had to. But we were just sitting there talking about that stuff, and I just thought, you know, if you just had a whole bag full of stuff like that, at least for a day or two, you'd feel, I won't say comfortable, but your mind's going to be exploded. Right. I mean, I can't imagine the terror.
There'd be so much fear. And that would at least alleviate some of the fear.
Oh my God! I mean, can you imagine when your world's turned upside down?
Yeah.
and you got to flee your home.
Like I said, in a bug out bag, a decent backpack, you get well over a month, way better than a month with this light stuff you can carry. All you need is the water, and of course, as long as you got a pot or some kind of way to filter your water or disinfect it, you got a bait.
Yeah, you do pretty good.
And a pot to cook it in. That's the main thing.
And then, like I said, we go back to the little rat trap trick and snares. It gives you a couple of days to get your head together.
Yep.
Because
because the first thing you're going to be panicking in your head for the first couple.
Well, I sat around and I think about that. I mean, how terrifying would it be to know that, hey, we got to leave this house behind to save our own lives,
and you may have
whatever the situation might be. I mean, you never know.
Yep.
But when you leave at 99.9%, you ain't never coming home again. Your life is the life of on the run. You're going to be on the run. You're going to be in the mountains trying to survive.
Well, just like for us, from here to our bug out place is about, I'd say 16 miles, at least 16 miles. And say we can't get there by vehicle, we're going to have to walk. And you don't want to stay on the main highway, so you want something light you can go through the woods. If you got to hang out and hide in the woods, that's what you want to do. And you have everything with you. And believe you me, from here to our bug out camp, you can get water almost anywhere.
And seeing people like me, I live in the city, on the corner of a busy street. Old wood frame house covered with vinyl. House was built back in the early 1920s. As a prepper, hey, I could have 10 rooms in there filled with food. But if I got to flee that house, that food's not going to do me no good. And I know that house is no place to try to hold up.
Yeah.
I mean, after a week, people's going to say, hey, apparently those people down there's got food.
Yeah.
Let's go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, what are you going to do? Try to shoot everybody that lives in your town? I mean, sooner or later you're going to run out of bullets. What I'm saying is you have no choice but to flee. And just the horribleness. I mean, my God, the panic and the fear.
Yeah, and Tom and I's already got a plan set up if something happens, shit hits the fan. If he can't contact me, which we use radios to communicate, but if he can't get a hold of me, he knows to head to the bug out location and get there as soon as possible if shit hits the fan, because that's where I'm going to be heading. So.
And the same way with my son, he works 30 miles from here. He knows the deal. He knows the rules.
And he's got a trucker to get him there no matter what.
My wife works different jobs. Probably her furthest job, I will say, it is close out to the Pennsylvania line. And I forget, she told me how many miles it was. And it was close to like 15 miles.
So it'd be at least 35
and if it was
miles
something, if it was something like, maybe you drive halfway home. Now the roads are clogged up. There's wrecks. There's already looters out there trying to steal off people. You're forced to get out and walk. You ain't got no choice.
You know what's something heavy that you got to lug, because you ain't going to make it that 15 miles.
And I tell you what, 15 miles for an average person, that I don't think your average person's in that great a shape. That's a walk. And it ain't like you're up at the mall walking around in circles 15 miles.
You're going up and down hills.
It's up and down, tripping, falling, crossing creeks. Lord, who knows what else you might have to do to get home.
Right. That's why I walk every day, at least 10 miles a day, and I do that to stay in shape to do that. Oh yes,
and my plan is Russ worked out so hard to get me in shape is he's gonna carry me.
I'll push Tom in a wheelbarrow.
Well, I might take this chair and put wheels on it.
There you go.
I can hold my backpack and my gun.
Yeah.
You just roll me up the mountain.
You be shooting, I'll be pushing. To the pickety grin, it'll be pushing and shooting. That'll be it. Well, is that about it, or you got some more, Tom?
I think that'd about kill it there.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a good idea to talk about that. We're sitting here talking about it, and I thought, well, that'd be a good thing to get on video for people to understand that.
Yeah, see, we sit around all the time, we have discussions, and we don't even know it. They should be videoed.
That's right, everything should be videoed.
Because we're such experts on everything.
Well, just think about that, people. If you want to, even if you're carrying tuna, a can of tuna, I mean, it's small, but it weighs, what, 5-6 ounces? So you get 50, 60 of them in a bag. That's a lot of weight. You get them Roman noodles or the Mountain House freeze-dried food. God, you got meal after meal, and it's nothing to carry. I mean, I could carry that I'd carry that for days. You know.
Well, see, food like that's great. We've tested it, and it's really good.
Really good.
But, a lot of people can't afford that.
MREs suck. Taste terrible. I mean, they're okay, but Mountain House is way better, or the Roman noodles? Excellent.
Well, see, I go with the noodles because they're cheap.
Right, really cheap.
You know, I can get a bag of them. My son's girlfriend brought me home. I think it was like a 15 pack.
I got 15 cases,
You know.
and each one's got 12 packs of the
Yeah.
noodles in it.
And it's just a real inexpensive. I mean, I ain't got $5 per bag to go to Walmart to buy that Mountain House and some of the wise.
But you could buy them like a little at a time to, get your
Well,
noodles
yeah,
and
you
keep
can.
them.
Yeah, you
buy a little
can.
bit of them, because you don't want to just live off noodles. That's going to get a little
Yeah.
tiresome after a while. You want something to flavor it up.
But see, I'm getting started. Someone like Russ, he's prepared his whole life for emergency situations, bug outs, the whole survival thing. I mean, the guy's read every book. He's probably read his own book on survival. I'm kind of new to it. I mean, I've been a hunter, and I call myself a woodsman. I'm real comfortable in the woods. I have no trouble being in the woods. But I don't have a whole lot of experience with certain survival things. You know, if I got my bug out bag, I know I'm going to be okay. In the same respect, I'm still working on my bug out bag. Like today, we're over here, I painted up those rat traps. You know, that's, to me, that's going to be a source of food.
Protein, really good protein.
And, you know, at least something, you know. But, you never know.
And think about this too, Tom. Can't you use the fat off a squirrel, like to fry stuff in? Can't see why you couldn't.
I've ate a lot of squirrels though, but I don't think they got that much fat.
I think you could get enough fat off of to fry a few little things.
I don't know.
We'll have to try that. When we get a squirrel, we'll try that.
Well, me and Josh is going to go out. I ain't picked my license up yet. In case anybody don't know, I've been out of work for probably 5 months now due to the economy. And, you know, money's tight there. But, you know, when you see a couple rat traps for $1 a piece.
And you know it's going to sustain you for a long time.
Yeah, my God. I mean, I get them. We're going to test them one day. And I may even pick up 2 more.
I'm going to pick up.
And to tell you what else I thought about going with them is on the arms of the slam forward. I actually thought about modifying them.
Well, yeah.
You could put a blade on
that's what I was going to say. Put something to really damage the.
Yeah, you could.
Put some spikes.
Yeah.
Somehow get a spike on it.
And anything to make it more effective.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would work.
Definitely.
I mean, I've seen some big fox squirrels around here in the mountains that laugh at one of those rat traps.
But he gets the spirit through his head.
They're that big without the tail.
Yeah.
You know.
That's for sure.
His head's as big as that cane.
We got them here, actually. Oh, we almost smelled a crib smell. Enough to use.
Oh, yeah, we can start using it.
Yeah. Hey, another thing I want to mention, too, we're talking about all this, carrying all this food. Remember, you definitely want to carry stuff to get water in and to purify your water. So that's the main thing you're going to need, because you ain't going to eat them noodles raw. I mean, you can,
Yeah, you got it.
but you're going to have to soften them up. So just remember that. Definitely prepare your water filtration system and something to carry water in, something to cook water in. So that's about all I got to say, Tom. You got more?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done there, Russ.
All right, people. Remember, Tom.
Don't be scared. Be prepared.
That's right. Good night, YouTube.
That's the middle of the day, Russ. What's wrong with you?
Well, by the time they see it, it may be late. The Second Amendment flag on it.